Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking the Try Guys. So, I'm here with my favorite co-host, and we thought we'd go over some Reddit threads and deep dive further into the Ned situation of it all and just talk about what people are talking about.
Hello there again. This is Jay, also known as Dr. Bad Vibes on YouTube. So we're going to take a look at other people who watched the video, wrote about it on Reddit, where we read it, and now we're reading about it where you're watching it on a video.
So Reddit's kind of a cesspool, but also kind of fun for like deep dives and gossip and stuff. So I found myself on the Try Guys Reddit today. Jay, you got me into Reddit. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, Reddit's been around for a long time. I never really liked it a whole lot. I actually used to use Dig. Does anybody remember that? D-I-G-G? It's totally gone now, but I always thought Reddit looked like crap, and it turned out like most things, lesser of the two won the war, so Reddit's here. Kind of like it's a lot like 4chan in a way, just less horrible and a lot more organized. But I mean, it has everything. There's a group talking about everything you can think of. So there's a lot of YouTubers or anybody have an official subreddit.
So the first comment that I pulled up here exactly sums up what Jay and I have been saying, which is the absolute grip this gossip has on me in a fun kind of carefree way is amazing. I feel the same. I can't stop reading about it. It's absolutely fascinating to me and interesting and a lesson in psychology, and I love the guy's response to it all. I thought it was well done, and I find myself riveted.
YB, the other food baby, she actually chimed in with her account and said, "I'll just say this because I'm tired of people speculating. I am not friends with either people involved. I've cut ties and will focus on my friends and future. Most of us found out very recently and were as shocked and disappointed as you were. Thank you, no more." So I'm sure people have been annoying her online, probably DMs, tweets, etc., etc. She probably just wants to get this behind her. She had nothing to do with it, and it's why have it consume her life when she wants no part of it, had nothing to do with it. So totally understandable.
So I had to pull this comment because this is something I've been thinking about as well. This user says, if Alex and Ned were truly having an affair, I find it strange that they're doing so out in the public. I understand that they aren't A-list celebs, but they're still relatively well known. That's exactly what I thought too. At first I thought it was like a crowded dance floor, which again, I'm not saying any of this is right or that makes it better. But then I believe Kaya, you're amazing. Thank you for this. Let me know that she knows the actual place and it's a small dive bar. So it's not even that they thought they were blending in on some huge crazy dance floor in the middle of New York. It was a small dive bar that they were in, and it's not really known for dancing. So they were just out there dancing and kissing. It's like they wanted to get caught. It just kind of blows my mind. All I can think of is ego. It must be ego. Like they just thought they would never get caught or never be found out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was saying a few videos back. Their channel has, 6 million subscribers or something like that? 8 million? There are millions of people in this country who know who they are. You're going to get recognized at some point. Maybe around where they live, they got comfortable with people not recognizing them. I don't know. Say, if I go to Cracker Barrel and hook up with Flo, nobody knows who I am. That's, I'm not saying it's right. I could probably get away with it, but if I had a lot of subscribers, like in the millions, that wouldn't fly. So for Jen's sake, please subscribe to Dr. Bad Vibes and make sure I have millions of subscribers and I'm kept in check.
And leave me comments if you see Jay with Flo at the Cracker Barrel. So the next comment says, and this is the worst time to have an affair because their Food Network show just premiered 3 weeks ago. So as we had mentioned before, we used to watch a lot of Try Guys stuff, and then we just kind of, we kind of dip in and out. We prefer to watch Keith's eating challenges and stuff. Hadn't been, religiously watching the show, so I was kind of peripherally aware of the Food Network show, but I really know no details about it. Didn't realize it was a few weeks in. Holy crap, how's that going to work? Are they putting the Food Network show on pause? I can't imagine. Leave me comments below if you know any details about that.
Yeah, honestly, we watch Try Guys in cycles. We've kind of been out of it for a bit, so this is the first I've heard of the Food Network show. I didn't know about it. And honestly, the most shocking part about that is that people still watch cable TV. I forgot the Food Network was a thing. So, I mean, that tells you right there, they got to pull from YouTube to get people to watch their channel.
Hey now, don't bag on the Food Network. I do love the Great Holiday Bake Off, Great Christmas Cookie Bake Off, all those shows. I watch them all. So I could talk about 4 hours on this one, which is they bring up the fact that Alex and Ariel were friends. It just adds a layer of, fucked upness to this whole thing. Alex and Ariel are friends. They thought Ned and Alex were friends. Turns out that's not quite what they were, but it just adds such a crazy layer to this whole thing that really makes me grossed out by it all.
Oh, baby, you got what I need. They say he's just a friend. That's why I have a video game channel and not a music channel. Please subscribe. But for real, joking aside, I mean, can you imagine like someone you think that's your friend and friends with your significant other doing all that behind your back? If you didn't have trust issues before, good God. I mean, how do you come out of this?
Okay, let's have a civil hot topic debate right now. Not the horrible clothing store, but no, but seriously, because I've seen this a lot in my comments too. People are very divided on this. The hot take that's posted here says Alex is just as to blame for this as Ned. I've had people in the comments say Ned is more to blame because he's the boss. I understand where you're coming from, but I gotta say, I agree with this comment. Alex is a 30-something-year-old woman. Everything that has come out has said that it was completely consensual and both parties were involved. So what are we doing? Why wouldn't she be as to blame? I understand legally why he's in more hot water than she, but I agree with the sentiment of this comment, which is what we shouldn't protect Alex either. I think they're both awful people that did awful things. And like so many of you have very wisely said in the comments, the only ones I feel sorry for are Ariel, the children, and Alex's former fiance.
Yeah, obviously it takes two to tango. She could have shut that down very quickly. It's not like Ned has a magical golden dong that he pulled out and played like a flute and hypnotized her. I mean, they refer to it as consensual. She knew what she was doing. She's in her 30s. She's an adult. She had a fiance. They had Ned dressed up like a bridesmaid or whatever. I mean, unwrap that one, please. Maybe he's a little more guilty. I mean, but it's not like she's totally, innocent in all of this.
Did you just say play his dong like a fiddle? Is that the storyline to Leprechaun or something?
So the Try Guys took to Twitter just to reiterate that Ned was going to be edited out of videos, not being featured, and another Twitter account called Try Guys Facts, which I guess I shouldn't be surprised that something like that exists. I mean, I follow Animals Going Goblin Mode and Clown World Today on Twitter. Shout outs to those. I don't know who runs them. They just make me laugh. Anyway, they said Ned will also be removed from Santa's Nice List this year, Los Angeles, and the Kingdom of God. Harsh.
I do have to point out, I'm now re-interested in the Try Guys without Ned. I find this very funny. They had apparently tweeted this out that says, I wonder how the guys are coping during all of this. The guys, and then of course just Keith being Keith. But I like the response that they gave. I like where they're headed. I'm actually personally glad that they're capitalizing on all the attention, and I say good for them. I hope it drives the hurt home or whatever even harder to Ned. I hope he realizes how bad he effed up.
So an interesting point that someone else on Reddit brought up. I mean, most of the focus is on Ned, but it sounds like, they haven't officially announced anything with Alex. I mean, presumably she's still a producer. Is she still going to be on camera? I don't know. I mean, if she continued the Food Babies or something like that, if she was still on camera, that would just be, she would be annihilated in the comments. I can't imagine they're going to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. How do you all feel? What if she stays on as a producer? Is that going to, if you don't see her on camera, is that going to affect anything? I don't know how they would work that out. One of her best friends, her and YB seem to be tight. I don't really know anything behind the scenes, but they showed up in photos and seem to be on social media together. So if one of your close friends is basically cut you out over what you did, how are you going to show up at work anymore? It's going to be so awkward. So I don't know what's going on there. So let us know. What do you think?
It will be interesting to see what happens. I actually agree with this commenter that if she does stay, which I highly doubt, but if she does, there is no way they would put her back on camera again. I just can't imagine it.
So another funny tweet. Somebody noticed that during the video, which we didn't see, we were so focused on Eugene looking like he was about to go goblin mode on the camera. He did not look happy. But Keith, he smiled just like Charlie Brown in the Peanuts comics. You can't blame him. They've been working on all these videos and got all these sponsorships and a TV show going. Ned is literally Lucy pulling away the football. Ugh!
So as this person points out, this is just going to draw back in the old fans and attract new ones. That's exactly what Jay and I were saying. You know, we hadn't religiously watched them except for Keith's videos in a long time, but I'm totally down to start watching them again. I want to see what the three of them bring.
Yeah, I was kind of alluding at that to one of the earlier videos. They've gotten a lot of attention, and they probably will attract a lot of new fans, but don't attract them too hard. Keep it platonic, for God's sake.
And lastly, there's this one. I hope they make a petty, sassy video hosting auditions for the fourth try, guys. I love that idea. I think that's excellent, and I hope so too. I'd love to see what ideas they come up with. A lot of people have written in the comments, Miles would be a great pick. And then other of you have picked the guys from Keith's band, I don't know, music group, whatever. I sound like I'm 1,000. But yeah, those guys. A lot of good choices here. So let me know who your pick would be. And I love this idea for a video. I think it'd be really funny to come out swinging and kind of laughing at the situation in general. Can't imagine Alex would want to be around for that one. Guys, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button while you're here and go check out Jay's channel and hit the subscribe button for him as well. Please. We need to make him famous apparently, because otherwise I'll be nervous every time he goes to Waffle House.
So thanks for having me. Visit my channel, Dr. Bad Vibes. Please subscribe. Hold me accountable. No one is safe until I'm in the millions.